Hello.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, the first podcast of the Employee Trap. I'm Keith Kalfas, your host today, and I've got all the levels figured out, so hopefully you guys can hear me nice and clear. And my first guest is Matt Brown, a very good friend of mine, and
Lifelong
lifelong friend since we were kids. And this guy is right around the corner from being an entrepreneur. He's been a top engineer in the mechanical engineering field for many, many years now. He's an expert. He's had plenty of small businesses on the side. And I just want to just let you know a little bit about him. Matt Brown, how old are you?
I'm 32.
And where do you live?
Macomb, Michigan.
And what is it that you do?
I do mechanical design on a 3D software, multiple types of software. I've been doing it since I was 17 years old. I got a job through family and just kind of worked my way up. I didn't go to college for it. I learned on the job. I kind of had to pry information out of all my coworkers and my superiors, and kind of did that for about 14 years. And came to the conclusion that when you're the guy that gets dumped on the whole time at your job, when you're sitting there thinking like, this is bullshit. I got to do everything around here. Why isn't anybody working as hard as me? But I stepped back after I walked out of that job, and I look back now. I think to myself, well, it's usually the guy that gets dumped on that catches on the fastest. So I was able to step out of myself and see that when, this was this year actually, it was at the beginning of the year, so it was about 6 months ago. So I stepped out of that and I realized, I know enough now to go do my own thing and be my own person and not worry about what my superiors and my boss think of me. In a sense where I still want to do a good job, but I don't want to, I don't put too much value in what my boss perspective is on me. I know what I can do. I know I'm good at what I do. And when he tells me I'm not doing a good job, I go to work and I bring 110% every time. And, I got to the point where I realized that instead of him beating me down to, kind of just make money off me, he made millions off of me, which he should have because I was an employee and that's what your employee, you want to make money for your boss as an employee, But at the same time, I wasn't getting a lot of respect, so I decided to, just kind of jump out of that, which was extremely difficult for me. Like, I was really worried about, what's going to happen. I can't quit. I'm going to lose it out on this opportunity, and, I got it good here, and kind of hemmed and hawed, and finally I just snapped like a branch, and I just kind of jumped in the pool.
That's a key word right there. You said snapped like a branch, and there's something in the E-Myth world called an entrepreneurial seizure. That's where something snaps inside you. You're never the same again. You get frustrated. You're pissed. You snap. You say, you know what? I got to go out on my own. I got to do this for myself. I can't have a boss anymore. And you become your own boss. And it's really, you jump out of security into freedom. So
yes, and then I was I was so worried before I made this decision. Before I actually snapped. I was like, should I quit? And, is it going to be the wrong decision? Is it going to be the correct decision? And it's not about black or white. It's about what you wake up every day and think, I wake up now and I know I made my own choice. And whatever happens from here on out, I'm comfortable with because I know I made the choice I wanted to make. Right, wrong, more money, less money, more respect, less respect. It doesn't matter to me at this point because I know deep down I made the decision I wanted to do.
Yes. I got to hand it to you, Matt. You're giving me goosebumps right now because what you're saying resonates with me and all the listeners right now because that's why they're listening to the show because they're having that entrepreneurial seizure. They might be afraid or something's holding them back or they got a family that's counting on them. But we're saying right now that when you snap and you go out and you do it from your heart, from your core, there's nothing that can stop you and you go out and you quantify and you quadruple your success. It may be hard in the beginning because there's a learning curve, but use that job. All that knowledge that you acquired underneath somebody else's ass is now something you can go out and do from yourself. So take what you're already an expert in and go out and do it for yourself.
Man, you're getting me pumped up right back. I got goosebumps right after that after your response. But, you say, you're scared because you got a wife and a kid or whatever. And, I play racquetball once a week with a group of guys or whatnot, just a little side story. And after I quit, a couple days later, it was, my weekly racquetball game, and I'm sitting down bullshitting with a couple guys, and they're all kind of in my business, automotive, mechanical design, integration type of situation. It's a Chrysler group. So I'm sitting there, and, so a conversation of work comes up, and I'm like, a matter of fact, I'm actually looking for work right now. I quit my job 2 days ago. The guy looked at me, he goes, "Oh, you quit, huh? Did you find a new job?" And I was like, no, no, I didn't. He's like, "Oh, did you, are you married?" I go, yeah, I'm married. He goes, "Kids?" I go, "Yeah, I just actually had, my baby's 6 months old. I just had one, He goes, "And you walked out on your job?" And I'm like, yeah, I did. Yep. And he goes, do you think, this is an older dude, probably that generation, safe, secure job type of thing, and he goes, "Do you think that doesn't seem like it was a really, really a bright decision?" I'm like, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but I feel great about it, so you just got to do it, you got to jump in the pools. I don't know how else to put it,
Now, how can people find you? You have a LinkedIn profile?
Yes, LinkedIn profile. My email is matt.brown05@gmail. I work for Jacobs Technology. I'm on LinkedIn. I think if you look up the email address, you should be able to find me pretty easily.
Okay. Say the email one more time. If people type it in, they can find you.
matt.brown05@gmail.
Okay. And you guys that can resonate that, whether you're in the same field as him and you're looking to, move forward and maybe need some advice, if Matt Brown is open, he could provide that for you, because he's already taken that step. He's taken that leap. He's got a wife. He's got a kid. He's got a family. So if he's doing that, you can do it too. So you can also go to my website. That's the landscapingemployeetrap.com, and also another website, theemployeetrap.com, to really just help you guys step forward and jump out to the water. It's the age of the entrepreneur. No longer is a job, a job, a just over broke, a secure thing to do. Risky is the new safe. Let me say that again. Risky is the new safe. If you stay in security, because there's 2 doors. There's security, and there's a door that's freedom. If you choose security, you're going to lose both. You got to jump out into freedom, folks. So I'm going to wrap up the podcast here. You got anything else you want to say, Matt, to wrap up?
I think I'm good. I think I pretty much said everything I needed to say. I would give one piece of advice to someone that's coming up in, this next generation of employees / management, people that want to advance their career, is just, I think what's going to make the next generation successful versus unsuccessful is the ability to change and adapt. I guess I can just leave it at that. You just got to be able to change, and, if something comes up and you don't think it's going your way, maybe it's going to be for the better. Jump into a situation that you're not comfortable with. You got to be able to change. You got to be able to adapt to the situation you're in, and just keep pushing forward,
Exactly. A great entrepreneur once said, adapt or die. So
exactly.
All right, cool. It's Memorial Day 2014, the day we're recording it right now. So if you're listening right now, have yourself a great Memorial Day. We're having a great time, but we're still thinking about the next step. So take it easy, Matt. I'll see you on the other side.
All right, Keith.
All right, bye.
Thanks. Bye.